Welcome everyone, and Fausto Carnevale, international tax consultant, and in this video we will reply a very important question, because a lot of people, when they have the first consultancy call with us, normally they ask, is the Impatriate regime, the tax regime that we did a lot of videos in our channel, will the Impatriate regime end in 2024? So this is the common question. Actually, the real question is, the Impatriate regime will last in the future? And I understand this question, because when a person wants to relocate, it's quite important that that person needs to have the certainty of the taxes. Okay, it's not only the certainty amounts of the taxes, but this, let's suppose that a person decides to move to Italy only for tax purposes, only to reduce the tax amount, the amount of taxes that he pays or she pays. It's quite important to make sure that a tax regime will last in the future. So we don't know actually how long the Impatriate regime will remain. It is better to say we don't know for how long in the future the Impatriate regime will stay as it is now. I will give you my personal opinion now. Yes, on one hand we don't know, because we are not the government, everything could change in Italy. But on the other hand, and I think I also talked about this topic in one live, and by the way, I just wanted to remind you that every Wednesday at 5 p.m, me personally or Andrea, we will do a live on YouTube, so it is the best way for you to connect with us. You can ask us questions, you can get to know us better, and this is quite important, especially if you want to have a specific plan before moving to Italy. So now let's answer this question. I also talked in one live on YouTube. Let's see, and this is actually the reply. Let's see the story of the Impatriate regime. The Impatriate regime, it was a procedure, a new tax regime that the government implemented back in 2014. You can say, oh, but it was like this now. No, in 2014, at the beginning, it was only referring for certain people coming back to Italy. Let's make an example for professor, researchers, university researchers. Then it was amplified to person who needed to go abroad to work, and then the people that decided to come back to Italy. So at the beginning it was a way to make the people come back, re-impatriate in the country. Afterwards it was extended even to people from Europe, let's say from all over the world, because under certain circumstances that you can check with us if we do a quick eligibility test, you can discover if you are eligible or not for the Impatriate regime. Or what I'm saying is, at the beginning, the Impatriate regime was only for a specific category of people. Then it was amplified to a larger group of people, and now it's even wider the range. So, what this make you think? That the Impatriate regime will end in 2024 and beyond? Or that the Impatriate regime will always become more advantageous for everyone? Because do not forget about this. We always talk about the NHR in this channel, the Portugal tax regime, which we made another video about Albania, etc., etc. So, if you see, every country is trying to attract people from abroad. So, do you think that Italy, after almost 10 years of perfectioning, of changing every year the Impatriate regime, in order to make this tax regime more understandable, do you think that they will stop in 2024 or, I don't know, 2027? Maybe, maybe not. I'm more prone to say maybe not. Can I assure you 100% or 200% that that will be true? No, but we can state that now the Impatriate regime is still applicable, and now a lot of people are requesting this advantage. So, for you to understand what you can do now, the first thing that you need to check before going to Italy is if you are eligible. So do not worry about the future. We know more or less that you will have this Impatriate regime. Maybe not in 2050, in 2060, so in 30, 40 years from now. But we can say almost for sure that in 10 years, I can say 10, 15 years, the Impatriate regime will stay in Italy. Let's say the tax regime will remain available. Now, this is a disclaimer that I need to do. We cannot assure when we do a consultancy call. We can say, we can illustrate the tax rules as they are in the time that you buy the consultancy call. Maybe you will watch this video in 5 years. Please, before doing any action, please just have a double check with us, or at least if you are smart enough, try to go to the website of the Agenzia delle Entrate, type the words Impatriate regime, I don't know, 2027, 2028, news, and you can see. So don't worry. Normally, we have the data. No? We saw the evolution of this tax regime. Normally, it should be fine even in the future. Of course, again, I need to do a disclaimer. We don't know if in 2 years the Italian government changes the perspective. So they say, no, remove the Impatriate regime, or let's raise the base from 10% to 30 and from 30 to 60. That will be also advantageous, but we don't know if the Italian governments do this in the future. What we can do is we can wait, and what you can do now instead, if you want to move to Italy, is try to take advantage. Because as I always say, let's say that in 10 years you want to quit Italy, and just make a calculation in how many taxes did you save, and in 10 years you will find for sure another jurisdiction to go, another place to go to make it easier to say, no? 10 years, you use the Impatriate regime, 5 plus 5. And in the other 10 years, you can go to Portugal. Okay, so be aware, but be smart. Try to apply for the Impatriate regime as soon as possible. Again, Fausto Carnevale. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I invite you to watch in the description to find the link to contact us and to have the access to our video courses. Till next time, Fausto Carnevale, enjoy your stay in Italy.